Hi guys, welcome to the fifth part of the introduction for Bhagavad-Gita, the highest knowledge that must be taught prior to any other knowledge, which means before doing anything, this knowledge is a must. Before anything. So I'm repeating it again and again so that it's in your mind, like, why I am saying that. Because I have realized the importance of Bhagavad-Gita. That's why I know what's the importance of this. Like, just saying like anything else is like a part of it, so it is like a big circle, so everything, if it's a circle, so it comes under it, so that's prime, like from here everything started, like. So when I was I'm gonna continue, like the preachers, those preachers that I talked about, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Guru Nanak, Buddha, so they taught Bhagavad Gita in parts. That is, like, they didn't taught the full Bhagavad Gita because they are working according to the society they are born in. So that's how their thing works. The society didn't also have that level so that they can understood full Bhagavad Gita. So they separated bad from good. But Bhagavad Gita gives you a connection between everything, like a connection between bad and the good as well. Also, all these preachers, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Guru Nanak or Buddha, just do their regular work and don't interfere or go and preach to others. So this also happens, but people find them odd when they are doing something which is normal to them since they have reached the highest level. So these people question them, and then these high souls start preaching to them. Example is of Guru Nanak. When he was sleeping with his feet in the direction of a Muslim mosque, then the mosque preacher became very upset and told Guru Nanak to move his feet in another direction away from the mosque. Like the god, like they have a mosque and then they're praying, so Guru Nanak's feet was on the same direction. Nanak said, "Why don't you move my feet to that direction where there is no god?" So when the mosque preacher did that, like moved it away, the mosque moved in the direction of Nanak's feet. Like it also moved, which was a miracle. And then the news spread to others, and then they came to know that Nanak is some high soul. So the people started coming like themselves. They started coming for like to have some knowledge from Guru Nanak. So this thing also happens. It is also, they are also doing it, but in another case this situation also happens. So both of these things happen. Like there's one story with Lord Buddha as well, like the same story. Also, after Bhagavad Gita, it becomes your responsibility to help others to reach your level without any expectations. So they just focus on doing their duty, which is also a kind of play to them. Before Bhagavad Gita, there were no independent religions, but only one religion. Seriously, guys, there was no other religion, which means just Hindu. So everyone was Hindu, which is just a word. So you can also say human instead of Hindu. Like you're saying Hindu is basically human. It's not like a Hindu or Muslim or something like that. So Hindu is like everybody is a Hindu basically. Christians, Muslims, it's just a word given. So it's nothing like, there's a people just made a mess out of these things, but it's nothing. Everybody is a Hindu. Hindu means human. So but people started following, like they were becoming followers of Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Buddha, Guru Nanak, Abraham, etc. because it's easy to follow rather than doing it by yourself. So all other religions are basically subparts of Hinduism. And religion is not in which family you are born, like Hindu, Muslim or Christian or Buddhist or Sikh or whatever you follow, or even if you're anti-religion. It only means whatever actions or deeds you perform on earth that you consider is your dharma, which you decide after going through Bhagavad Gita. So when I mentioned different types of personality for human beings being connected to each other, so that's how everything is connected together. Like nobody is different in the end. I was interested in this connection when I was a teenager myself, because I always used to think every human or animal or bird seems connected to me by some means. Like I must be connected to the president of US or Hitler or Einstein or Sidhu Moosewala or Genghis Khan or El Chapo or Michael Jackson or Jesus Christ or Muhammad or Guru Nanak or Krishna or Buddha or even anti-religion, like anti-religious people, the connection to them to everything is understood only by Bhagavad Gita. Even with the latest movie Oppenheimer, where the scientist made an atom bomb after reading Bhagavad Gita's dialogue where Krishna says he's the ultimate death. You can't just take a statement out of Bhagavad Gita and think you understood Bhagavad Gita. You must go through it completely, otherwise you will be having a confusion. So you can misinterpret it if you don't just if you go by just one dialogue. And also another thing, why baddest of the bad is considered good according to Bhagavad Gita is because the reason is that person has Shraddha, which is difficult to translate in English, but you can say faith in faith or trust. The reason is that faith or trust doesn't mean only after complete understanding you can have trust, not by just following others or by the fear of death or God, or just the reason that your father is doing or your mother is doing. You should have a complete understanding, not just seeing the society, everybody's feared of death, everybody's feared of God, so I should also be that's not complete knowledge. You don't know anything. So by only complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita you can understand everything. Also, there's a story of Buddha and Angulimal. There was a guy in Buddha's story. So I will give you a little bit glimpse of what happened. So Angulimal had made a target, a goal in his life, that he's gonna kill 1,000 people, and all the fingers of those people he's gonna cut and make a necklace on his neck. So 1,000 fingers. So he was down to 999. So only one finger was left. So people started they were so much afraid of him, and nobody used to go where he was living, in the jungle. So while Buddha was going there, his preachers or monks told him, "Why are you going that way? You should not go there." They told him about Angulimal. So Angulimal was considered as the baddest of the bad, but he had a heart transformation. So how come? So Buddha, after listening to his monks, he was more determined to go there. He said, "No, now I know nobody is going this way, so I should go and meet him and visit him." So the monks were shocked. So while he was going, so Buddha looks so innocent, so the Angulimal saw him from a long distance. So then he warned him, he thought he seems an innocent guy, why he coming here so that I can kill him, I should warn him, he looks nice. So Buddha said, I have already stopped, you should stop. So he was saying, "What are you saying? I'm standing here and you are the one who's walking." When Buddha said, "I'm saying about my mind, my mind is fixed, it's set, it's zero, it's fixed, but your mind is moving, you should do what you're supposed to do, you should do your duty, what you think is right. Why are you warning me, and you are giving me a warning before I enter your territory? Why you feel so confused?" So Angulimal was this guy seems crazy, he was in a shock. So then Buddha kept on coming, and then Buddha told him, "Okay, just do your thing, but before that, just take out the leaves of the tree and give it to me, and then pluck the leaves out of the tree." So he said, "What kind of demand is that? You're gonna die and you're asking me this?" So he fulfilled that. He took the leaves and gave it to Buddha. Then Buddha said, "Then do one thing now, join them back to the tree, make them alive." So he was in shock, how can I do that? Then Buddha said, "If you can't make it join, you can't make them alive, so how can you take a life?" He said, "Taking a life is a child's play, but the most difficult part is giving them life." So he had this, after listening to that, he had his heart transformation, and Angulimal became the follower of Buddha. He is now with Buddha. So when he came with Buddha, so all of his followers were jealous, we are being with Buddha for so long and he brought this guy with it. Some of them even decided to kill him in their mind. So Buddha told them, asked one of the guys, I know what you were thinking. So you became more bad than this guy because you were thinking like that. So you are now more bad. That's why you didn't achieve that level. Buddha actually sent Angulimal to people to collect some food, because at that time the monks or preachers, they used to just go to people and take food. Like they didn't had the way of cooking, they just used to preach. So when Angulimal goes to a village, so all the people are in shock and they are afraid of Angulimal. So they started throwing stone at Angulimal, and like he's completely hurt, like he's badly hurt, and he's not even responding. Like he's just like doing, still he continued to take the food from other houses, like if even if the reaction was completely opposite of what like was happening. So then he came back to Buddha, and then the preachers like who were with Buddha for so long, they were saying like, Lord Buddha, like why did you declare this guy as the the highest? Now we are with you for so long and he's the baddest of the bad, and then suddenly you told him he is now my follower and he's even above us, like he has reached some highest level. Like how can you say that? He said like, first of all, that I already told you that you had the intuition of killing this guy when as soon as I brought him with me. Like instead of giving him some appreciation, you were so jealous. And secondly, see his reaction, like he got so badly hurt while he was taking the food from other people in the village. So he asked Angulimal, like why didn't you respond it, like what's the reason? Angulimal said, like these people are innocent and unaware. So they will also reach the level that I have reached in the future. So I knew I was like that initially. So that's why I'm like kind to them and I didn't respond it. Because I know they because when you don't have knowledge, so then you behave like an idiot, when you're gonna say I know everything, but when you know the other half, then you will be saying how stupid I was. So that also Lord Buddha used to say. So it's a very interesting story about how a baddest of the bad person immediately turned out to be a good person because he had faith. That's how like that's why Bhagavad Gita also says like, even if you are the baddest of the bad, but you have faith. But that faith doesn't mean just like by observing others or copying others or following just by uh, or by the fear of society or by the fear of God. It's because they have complete understanding. So now I'm gonna continue with the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, because I think I gave more than enough introduction, but still it's not enough. I'm trying to put more. If I get some more points, I'm gonna put in the introduction. But let's basically I'm gonna start with the chapter one of Bhagavad Gita. So thank you guys and keep on listening for the highest and the prime most important knowledge.